Hey guys, I have a pretty quick RWBY theory I want to talk about before I get into a few more complex theories that I've been wanting to discuss for a while. I do plan on talking about all of Team Stark in the near future, but for now I want to mostly just focus on everyone's favorite Birdman, Uncle Qrow. More specifically, his semblance, and why I think there may be more to it than we have been led to believe. As we know, Qrow himself has described his semblance as a bad luck charm. This is heard and seen everywhere. His song is called Bad Luck Charm, and whenever we see a random object around him breaking, it is almost always attributed to his doing. However, unlike most other semblances, his is passive, meaning that even if he doesn't want to, bad things seem to happen around him. Honestly, it seems that we have even seen more instances of his semblance being a hindrance to his daily life than being a benefit during battle. After doing quite a bit of research on semblances for my Mercury theory video, which you can check out by clicking the link shown right now, I have begun to question things. Most importantly, it's very possible that Qrow does not truly understand his semblance. Like I mentioned in my Mercury video, more often than not, a semblance gives a way for a character to survive in a situation that would have otherwise killed them and shows their motivations in life. Nora got hit by lightning, but only survived due to her semblance being activated. This is more or less the same with Ren and the grim attack he survived as a child. We can also use this logic with characters like Blake, Emerald, Yang, and even Adam. So, what's up with Qrow's semblance? Well, we do have this famous quote from Ren.
A common philosophy is that a warrior's semblance is a part of who they are. Some say your personality and character can define your semblance, while some claim that it's the other way around.
For the examples of semblances I gave above, they mostly seem to be examples of the former. But the show would have us believe for Qrow, it is the latter. He has always had bad luck, and because of that, he is unable to get close to the people he cares about, and his personality formed from there. Yet in this video, I'm going to argue that the way his semblance manifests is because of his own actions and beliefs, and if he changes the way that he thinks, he could eventually become more of an advantage than a burden. I'd always been interested in exploring Qrow's semblance, but a line from RWBY Rewind really got me thinking. One of the hosts, Jackie, asked former host Yisa about Qrow's semblance in Season 2, Episode 9.
I actually do have a question. I don't know if you can actually answer this, but when Qrow finally admitted what his semblance was, which is misfortune, being unlucky and whatnot, like part of me wants to believe that his outlook on life is what affects his semblance. Like if he stopped the drinking, if he was just a little bit more like a positive, like then he would have like luck rather than misfortune. So
fascinating.
like I was thinking about it, I'm like, no, because I want him to be happy. I want him to be able to like do the things like what he established himself to do, but it's just, it's not there.
What if that would be such a good redemption.
Yisa now works on the show, so she likely knows quite a bit more about these characters than what is already revealed. And from the look Yisa gave after Jackie made that statement, I feel like she also agrees that this is a good idea. So basically, his outlook on life affects his semblance. His alcoholism and negative thoughts about his power make it manifest in the form it is currently, meaning his semblance may in fact just be luck. Any kind of luck on either side of the spectrum, both good and bad, can happen for him. But his negative attitude towards everything he does has always caused misfortune to happen around him. Although I should point out that the very nature of bad luck is subjective. If he got good luck, how would that manifest? Would it be bad things will happen to enemies while fighting, such as when Qrow fights Tyrion and Tyrion falls through a wooden plank? Or will it be more that he'll randomly encounter supplies he needs? But even then, the Tyrion incident could still be counted as bad luck despite the positive outcome it had for Qrow, since it was negative for Tyrion. So guessing how his semblance could change is a bit tricky. Also, Qrow having a good luck semblance would probably be OP, but I still really want to see his semblance evolve from just being a negative aspect on his life. Now this is total speculation on my end, but I definitely imagine that ever since he was born, the tribe he grew up in hated him because he was believed to have bad luck. This is a bit sad, but the possibility has always intrigued me. What if it was his birth that killed his mother? Qrow and Raven's mother may have been the current leader of the tribe, but she passed soon after Qrow was born. We know that his twin sister Raven is the older of the two, so if his mother died, I could see the tribe making him feel responsible for something that was outside of his control. Nonetheless, this caused his tribe to see him as their bad luck charm, as he was the cause of death of their former leader. Surely believing this from a very young age, that you only bring death and misfortune wherever you go, does not impact the child well. This made him believe that he could only be a bad omen, so that's exactly what he became. This self-fulfilling prophecy has only caused him to stay distant from others, and has led to more suffering. The sad part about this is that Raven's semblance allows her to teleport directly to those that she loves at any moment, yet she is the one that abandoned her significant other and daughter. This directly contrasts with Qrow, who has always watched over RWBY and Yang and wants to be there for them, but until recently never seemed to stay with them for too long in fear for how he could accidentally hurt them. There may have been something that happened with Summer in the past that he does not wish to repeat. Of course, information about Summer Rose is very sparse at the moment, so let's hope we get more of that next volume. But back to what else may be affecting his semblance. Jackie also mentioned that his drinking habits could impact his semblance negatively, which I agree with. At the end of season 6, it does seem like he may be turning over a new leaf and will stop drinking, so maybe his semblance won't spike as much as it did prior. Although for him to just give up drinking so quickly is easier said than done. Yet if he actually knows there is a connection between drinking and his semblance spiking, that is quite irresponsible on Qrow's part. If it was the other way around and drinking caused his semblance to unintentionally be activated less often, then I could see a case for him being an alcoholic. But maybe he is finally realizing he needs to act more responsibly so he can be as helpful as possible. Anyways, with all this combined, I just really don't want to see his semblance to be as simple as him causing bad luck with there being nothing he can do about it. So far this is really the only semblance that has clear negative side effects and is more or less random. Every other semblance does not inadvertently hurt allies or harm others in normal circumstances. His current semblance, as is, just doesn't make sense. He's the only RWBY character where his semblance can inadvertently hurt those that are on the same side as him and can even harm others in normal circumstances. This is why I think eventually, before he leaves the group, we'll see that there is more to his semblance than we once thought, and he will realize that he's not just a burden on those around him. If he can make his semblance turn around and make it exert good luck, that is definitely something very valuable. Qrow needs to see that he is worth a lot and is much more than the brainless scarecrow he has made himself out to be. So that's all I have to say for this video, but if you enjoyed it and would like to see me make more RWBY videos, please give us a subscribe, or if you'd like to help support the channel, feel free to become a patron on Patreon. I have a few other RWBY videos you can check out. Most notably is my video about Mercury and his semblance, but I also did a Jean video a while back that is still a bit relevant. As I mentioned before, I do want to do a video on Team Stark, and I do have some other video ideas floating around that I might get to eventually. Although we still have a long time before Volume 7 airs, so I still have plenty of time to talk about everything I want to regarding RWBY. Thank you for watching, and have an animated day.